This is the only time that I've seen this many of my friends and family together, I think at one time. I don't believe, because I've never seen this many of you in church at time. That's what we see on most people.
And come here with some better grammar than that. Give me some better grammar. I'm Corinne Lytle Cannon.
Caring, humble. She doesn't care who you are, even though she's done all these things over the past years. She doesn't walk around with her head up saying, "I did this, I did that." She's just Corrine.
I think that she really is a good leader, and she really helps a lot with other people and their problems, and really thinks about others before herself. So.
When you hear Corey Cannon.
A spiritual woman. She has family values. She's very into with the Lord, and she gets up every morning and do her daily readings and Bible readings and go to Bible study in church every Wednesday and Sunday morning. So she's a very spiritual woman. A woman of God, I should say.
Well, from how I've known Grandma Corrine, she's just a great person. She's just a great figure. She's just great to be around. Everything about her just gives off this feeling of not just a great mother, but a great grandmother, a great great-grandmother, a great mentor. She gives you that feeling like she's a great person just to be around.
caring, and she tells people what to do and what's right.
I remember she would always say, whenever you go out, you represent me. And I always act accordingly. Made sure he was all in church all the time. Made sure he learned, read, did well in school. Like I said, just make sure we're all great people. And she prepared us, prepared our parents to raise us well. She's all about the family, all about the church, all about education and whatnot. So.
I think there's no greater reward than someone being seen as a mother and taking care of individuals and helping them. Even if they didn't birth the individuals, they still treat them as if they're their own flesh and blood, and no one has done that greater than Corinne Lytle Cannon.
greatness that started. She started out with her own legacy, but if you look at her children and her children's children, they've all making an impact to what's going on in the black community. From her daughter being the first Presbyterian woman to be ordained by the Presbyterian Church. Many pastors came from that lineage, as well as you look at, she was the first African American woman to be in Fieldcrest Canyon and work there. She has always had a legacy of education as well as community service. You can look down the line from all the individuals that she has impacted, from the individuals that call her grandmother, to those that call her mom, to those who call her Aunt Karine, to those who call her Mrs. Cannon. She has been a mother not to only just those that she's birthed, but also to the community.
He's a hard-working, dedicated member of our family, as well as the community, as well as a faithful church member of Covenant Presbyterian Church. And she's the most religious, positive woman I've known.
I think of a wonderful woman, very active for her age, very strong, very smart, very wise, and very sweet.
Well, and the children should be punished when they're doing wrong. They should be awarded when they do right. If above all, they should be loved. If they're loved with tender loving care, they don't have to have a whole lot of whoopings. Because that teaches them to have respect for you and for themselves. I know how to whip. I wouldn't call myself giving children beatings, but they need to be corrected. And sometimes a whipping will have to be, but sometimes you can correct children without giving them whipping.
She is a woman who was mother for a very long time. As a woman who's married into this family, she has given me advice about raising children and being a good wife. So her mothering didn't stop with just how many she had again? the 6 or 7 she had herself, but the many children that have been in her life for many years.
because she's the best grandma ever, and she used to take care of us when we were sick, and she would feed us all the time, and she would tell us funny jokes and stories, and she lets us know about our history and where we came from, and she gives us life lessons, and she always reminds us to read the Bible and to go to church and to keep God first. And that's just a few things.
She is a influential person. She's been influential in my life. She's a good Christian. She goes to church. She's committed to her church. Corrine stands for honesty, trustworthiness. She's a hard worker. She's a Soul Avon forever.
Well, for me, if it hadn't have been for her, no telling where I would be right now. Knowing mom and daddy, both of them, I was more afraid of them than I was of the police force. So that's why I didn't mess with drugs or anything that would get me in trouble, because I would rather face the police than to face her.
Values. She stands for justice, regardless of race, creed, or color. Equality. She's considerate, she's concerned, and she's just a giver for what's right. And if something that she thinks not right, she will speak up about it.
She is well respected in the community, and by being well respected in the community, and as she used to always tell us, you always know what's right from wrong, and just by being her, people would fall in line without her even saying anything.
might have been other times, but this is the only time that I know of that she went to the hospital other than to have my sisters and brothers. And the way that I understand it, she didn't have to go then. The only reason that she went was because of the convenience. Because she knew about having a baby without going to the hospital, because I was born on the ground in the snow. So when I was getting my speech together, I say, that's quite a stretch for even Miss Corrine. So I wanted to go ask Miss Corrine about being born on the ground in the snow. But I said, well, it might be true, and I don't want to make her feel I'm ungrateful. So I didn't go to Miss Corrine. I wanted to, thought about it a couple of times, and then I got this bright idea. I said, no, I don't have to go to Miss Corrine. I can go to Aunt Kate because she knows everything. I said, and if she knows it, she's going to tell it.
Funny because somebody asked me, did you all ever fight? I said, no, we didn't fight, but I always play little tricks on them. Do any of you all know what a turtle is, a dryland tarpon? Well, I used to have one I played with. She was afraid of it, and I would hit that thing on the back of his head and run Corrine like I don't know what. And then, as I say, we lived on the farm. And we had all kind of animals. We had a mule, and we had a horse, and we had some other animals. And the mule was a clubfoot mule, and it didn't work it all day. So Corrine would ride the mule to the field, and I'd ride the horse. And as soon as we got out of sight of the house, I'd make that horse bite the mule. And the mule would just kick up. That was funny to me. I didn't know that was something dangerous, but we never did fight. But one time, we were coming along the road in the yard, And I had a stick, and I tapped her in her head. She said, Kate, don't do that no more. I tapped her again. And my daddy was sitting out there, and he said, Corinne, why did you hit? She slapped me. Oh, she slapped the stew out of me. Why did you slap the baby? And you know what? My daddy tore her up. I was so afraid. I was so afraid she was going to tell that I had hit her in her head.